No matter what, the stream stays on, do 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 do. Oh, the stream stays on, do 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 do. The stream stays on and on and on and on. Stream on, stream on, stream until your dreams come true. 'Cause your stream stays on. Livestream has to do with some influencers who go to a cabin in the woods for a sponsor spot or maybe just a vacation. You'll never know unless you've seen the movie and you're watching my review. And in that case, thank you guys very much. But these are all influencers live streaming in a movie called Livestream. Surely you just movie called Livestream. And from there, we just see, via the live stream, things that eventually happen. We see that there's some chemistry between a couple of the influencers. We see there's arguments and tension between a couple of the influencers. We find a little bit of information about a couple other influencers. And, well, actually, there's only 5 fucking influencers. But that being said, this collection of people, well, they eventually find out this is no normal vacation spot. Basically, the theme of this is never meet your heroes, or otherwise you might go absolutely insane. Is that a bit of a spoiler? I mean, probably. Look, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to anything that is labeled influencer-themed horror, I immediately cringe. It is hashtag cringe, as the kids say. I am 44 years old saying this shit. But I cringe because really outside of a movie called Influencer and a couple of others, most of them are Drek. I'm not going to say that this is necessarily high-class entertainment, but it is not Drek. It is certainly several steps above most influencer-themed horror, and while not great, it does have some pacing issues. It's really like maybe 30 to 40 minutes of material stretched the fuck out to 90 minutes. It's actually weirdly impressive they managed to get that to that runtime, but that being said, the actors do what they can. The characters are stupid and annoying by design. For when you have a found footage movie, you must end up doing that. So the viewers can basically root for or against whoever they just don't want to watch, live on through the goddamn movie. Also, you get to see the comments that are through this live stream, and also the subscribers increase, decrease, and then massively increase when shit starts to go south. Basically, it is the Blair Witch Project just without ghosts, or a Blair Witch. Nobody's staying in the corner, but we do have a man named Josh. Not Josh! Again, the actors do what they can, and Victor Soros, who has done shorts, he wrote and directed this. It's not bad. It's certainly going to be interesting to see what everybody does in the future. I look forward to checking out their other projects. It is what it is. It's a standard movie with just a couple moments where I'm like, okay, that wasn't too bad. So it's kind of worth your time. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. So, yeah, basically, we get Mia, who is played by Sarah Maliski, who is filming a traffic stop where this officer or this sheriff is pretty goddamn pissy with them, saying if you pull any shit with your pranks up at this place, I'm going to throw you in jail. Now, to be fair, live streaming and making sure that your friends don't get beat up by cops is not the worst thing in the world, but it also could lead to some problems. Defying authority and all that. So Mia is with Joss Mao's son. Hope I got that right. And then you have characters like Pedro and Cindy, who kind of have a little bit of the attraction to each other. And you also have a man named Thomas that has his own reasons for coming on this goddamn trip. And the main reason they're there is because Mia, her social media influence has helped Anthony, who's the father of the family that runs this cabin or owns this goddamn cabin. He has his wife as well as their daughter Lisa, who's a big old fan of Mia. A little bit too big of a fan. I wonder if you can guess where this is going, but she's very socially awkward. And then there's a point where a guy throws a rock through the window because he's picking on Lisa. We don't see that guy again, by the way. He's just there to try to deviate us from the obviousness that, well, there's only one person that could be behind all this. And then we just get a little more, background with these characters. We get an argument between Thomas and Joss, and then Joss takes off for this waterfall. He goes to chase it, ignoring the words that TLC said, and now just TC, because Left Eye was part of the first ever rollover program. Boy, I am just going to goddamn hell saying this. And Lisa is very clearly delusional, and she's a bit of an obsessive young lady. I actually don't know how old the actress playing Lisa is supposed to be. I thought at first she might be 10 or 11. She could be 16 or 17 for all I fucking know. We don't find out anything about these characters. But Anthony and the wife are going to leave, but Lisa wants to stay. And they have Lisa stay, and Mia's talking to her and saying, yeah, we're friends, we're all this and everything, this kind of stuff. You're a true friend. I appreciate it. Don't listen to the haters, all that stuff. And yeah, don't listen to the haters, especially if you have a big social media influence. And you're actually a good person. If you're a shit person like Logan Paul, you deserve to hear every bad thing about you. But if you're like this and you're just kind of an annoying character, but you seem somewhat genuine, if not a little bit shallow, don't worry about it. So the idea is they want to get up to 1 million viewers. They hovered around 400,000. Then Pedro took the goddamn thing after Thomas and Josh had an argument, and Mia was kind of arguing with Josh, and then it dropped significantly below like 100 or 200,000. And then we get some campfire stuff. We get Lisa talking to Mia. And it's obvious that Pedro and Cindy should be sitting in a tree, Kissing. I am, again, 44 years old, referencing this. Josh has dropped out for a bit. Lisa disappears. And then we get a prank from Thomas where he pretends that he was stabbed through the hand. And then a little bit later, Mia happens to go in the house and sees that Thomas is in the goddamn bathtub. Bloody, all that. Oh, it's a great prank. It's not a prank. 40 minutes in, by the way. There's like actually an 87-minute long movie before the credits start rolling. 40 minutes in, shit finally starts to happen. And I mean, it does kind of follow the Paranormal Activity route and the Blair Witch route, because to be fair, not a lot of stuff happened in those, but they're considered iconic movies as far as found footage horror, I suppose, depending on your perspective. Heaps of influence taken in this one. Not egregious, though. I will say that at least Victor seems like he's trying to put his own spin on it while having a little bit of fun. At least that's my opinion as a horror fan. So, Pedro and Cindy are freaking out. Pedro's a little bit absolutely upset finding a dead fucking body in the goddamn thing. And, well, we find out that Pedro calls the police and they're 20 to 30 minutes away. I want you to keep that in mind, by the way, because we are about 45 to 50 minutes into the movie. And the police actually the police do show up about 30 minutes after, so I guess it's in real time. And Josh shows back up and he's got cuts on his hands from a broken beer bottle. But they think because he had the argument with Thomas and they were kind of yelling, jousting at each other because Josh wants to be a popular actor and Thomas basically calls him out on his bullshit. And then Josh calls out everybody on their bullshit and everybody let's just argue like fucking idiots is what they were doing at this point. But then, oh my God, Lisa suddenly shows up from the upstairs bathroom that they also have taking a shower. She's calm, seemingly, suddenly, weirdly. I wonder why. So, everybody decides to escape Josh, and then suddenly the mother shows back up. She hits Josh, and he's down. Oh, wait, it's Lisa. Lisa didn't want them to take Mia away from her. This was all a plot to get her favorite influencer there. What was the plan if this all worked out? Mia was just going to stay there for a while? Was going to be a prisoner? It's all being live streamed, and I don't think that the parents are smart enough to realize that. And there's nothing wrong with, by the way, appreciating celebrities and stuff like that. But guys, you have to understand, these are just human beings, and you can't have that kind of unhealthy obsession relationship with them, especially when they don't know who the fuck you are beyond being a fan. So this takes a bit, but it also accelerates a little. Mia ends up getting stabbed because Lisa had the knife, even though she tried to calm her down. So now she's killed her hero. And then Cindy and Pedro show up and find Mia dead. All this is being filmed. They contact another influencer named Nina, and they talked to another one earlier that Pedro apparently knew, named Bernardo, or Bernardo, whatever. It's Nina is somebody that everybody knows. Now she's somebody that they used to know, somebody that they used to know. Joss is alive after just being hit on the head. Fortunately, the character is so monumentally stupid. Not the actor. The character is so stupid that it didn't actually hit anything in there that would affect him. So, let's just get the fuck out of here is what they're saying. Oh, wait, Josh says, my keys are in my bedroom because I didn't bother carrying them with me. I mean, I guess that's fair. You wouldn't want to lose them in the woods, but still, if you're at an unfamiliar house with a bit of a weird family, you always want to make sure you have your keys on you. So, Joss then yells at the family because he is filming them and he gets caught. Then he gets in a stupid fight with Anthony, the father, because they're yelling about what Lisa has done. The mother wants to protect her daughter, even though the idea is maybe go back to Moscow, because I guess they're all Russian. And Lindsay, if I remember right, I wrote down Lindsay's name. Well, that is kind of a Russian name, so I guess that makes sense. They all seem American to me. But that... This just turns silly. I mean, it's not even, like, offensive. I was just kind of laughing at this stuff. So, Josh gets in a fight with Anthony. And then the sheriff from before shows up. And even though he says, if you pulled your pranks, you were going to go to jail, he's like, oh, what is Lisa doing this time? Is she killing more animals? Oh, you knew that she was fucked up. Then the mother tries to stop the cop from going upstairs, but he does. He sees Thomas's body still in the... bathtub, and then the mother attacks him, so Joss runs, and then the mother is suddenly outside ready to shoot everybody while they're trying to get in the car. Pedro gets gut shot, and he's against a tree, and then seemingly Josh just basically tells Cindy to go. Oh, Cindy, by the way, the girl is behind you, and the car crashes, but then Cindy stumbles out. I assume Cindy stumbles out. We only really see the outfit, and I think that's the outfit Cindy was wearing, and then it just ends. The live stream is ended. That's Livestream. It sounds like I'm really down in the movie. It's not necessarily that. It's just a lot of it was just dead air. And the comments were also kind of hilarious, like for just how fake they were. That being said, C+. I've seen worse. I've seen far worse. Let's see what else the director can end up doing. That's really the only recommendation I can give. It's not bad. It's just something that's just going to be watched, and maybe you'll remember a couple things. Maybe you'll just go like a queef in the night. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Ritland. Until we meet again, happy trails to you.